Hello, One Life family. Hope you guys are doing well out there. So today is another awesome little health straight talk episode here, and some of the things we're doing today. I got our team member Grace with me, helping me out. So we're actually going to be doing a fun episode here, and in front of me, I'll show you in a moment. We have ingredients to make fat bombs. Right? So everybody who's out there, I broadcast, we're going to be making healthy dessert options. Basically, what's the ingredients of what we're making today? So we got
coconut oil, peanut butter, unsweetened cocoa powder, vanilla, and sweetener. If you prefer to use sweetener, you don't have to, but that's just optional.
Perfect. So we actually got stevia for today, but you can, I guess you can sweeten it how you want, really.
Yeah. Any kind of sweetener.
Beautiful. Or you can use nandi if you just like the taste of peanut butter and.
It really isn't needed, I don't think, but it's up to everybody's preference, I guess.
Cool. So how long, I'm going to ask Grace here, because Grace has been, really focused on some of the principles that we use in the office for nutrition. Now, some of the things, how long ago did you make a shift in your nutrition plan?
About mid-March, I think,
mid-March.
A few months ago, yeah.
Okay. And we're going on mid-March, about 4 months?
Yeah.
Beautiful. And so basically, you've been doing your best to avoid any processed sugars, any processed carbohydrate.
Yeah.
And what else? Any other foods?
Increase my fat.
Excuse me.
Moderate protein.
Okay.
So, and higher fat.
Higher fat.
It's mostly the focus is on lower sugar.
Lower sugar and higher fat.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So these are really snacks. You're going to notice that there's no sugar on the ingredient list here, and there's coconut oil, right, and peanut butter, so some more fat. And we got the Kraft brand, the natural peanut butter. Ooh. And natural peanut butter, and it has some sea salt added in for flavoring, just to make things interesting. So some of the neat things you use this for is, you really try not to stimulate your insulin too much, right? Because insulin's anabolic, right? So it's something that changes your fat storage. And if you continually program yourself to use your insulin over and over again, if you get less efficient at using it, you become pre-diabetic. And if you get really inefficient at using it, you become diabetic, right? So in terms of managing your energy, fat loss, and may I ask how much weight you lost?
About 20 pounds.
Oh, about 20 pounds. That's cool.
A little over. It was 21 pounds.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's really neat. So that's a testament in and of itself, right? So and that's really like a pound a week.
Yeah.
Right? Which is something attainable, right, for most of us, and it's not like a miracle cure that you see on TV, lose 20 pounds in 2 weeks kind of thing. But that was over 4 months, or I guess really 22 weeks.
Yeah, something like that. It was about like mid-March-ish.
Okay.
So yeah.
So some of these ingredients we're going to be using today, I'm going to put the camera down here in a moment. Of course, if you have any questions, you're more than welcome to pipe in. Any comments or questions during the live, of course, get entered into a draw for a gift card locally here. And then if you're sharing this message to help somebody out and spread the message, we always do $5 to the Upper Credit Humane Society per share that happens on today's feed. So thank you very much. I guess if we want to start, let's write down the ingredient list for our viewers so they know a little bit more about what we're looking at. I know you mentioned it, Grace. So we're going to call them fat bombs, and they're actually, if I'm going to move the camera down here, so if you see, we actually have all of our ingredients here, and then there's actually a tray. What is that, a mini muffin tray, really?
Yeah, like mini muffin tray with like little mini liners. I do that because otherwise they might stick to the pan. It's hard to get out. So, and then you can always peel them off or whatever. So.
Neat, and they're cool. They're pink, right? Of course.
I only had Easter ones left, so.
Perfect. So that makes it work, and they look cool for the kids if the kids are going to eat them too, right?
Yeah.
So little mini liners, and then there's no baking involved in this, right?
No.
So what happens after we mix it and process it? Where does it go?
Then it goes into the freezer.
Okay.
We leave it there for a couple hours to get it nice and hard again. And then they're ready to eat. You could store them in the freezer, like just keep storing them in the freezer or put them in the fridge.
Okay.
They just have to be cool, because if they're too warm, they'll start melting.
Yeah, I guess, some of you, if you have coconut oil,
yeah.
You'll know what it looks like. It goes from, excuse me, you want to show everybody, Grace?
Yeah.
So it goes from the white, hard, solid state to the liquid, clear state if it heats up too much, right? Even when it's in a warm house or a warm cupboard. So freezer is the last stage for this one. No baking involved, so you don't have to heat up your house, which is neat. But So we got a half, and just pardon my back there, but I'm going to write down the ingredients. Half cup of coconut oil.
Yeah. And a half cup of peanut butter.
Half cup peanut butter. Now, mind you, the coconut oil was solid, right? So what did you do?
I warmed it up in the microwave just for like 20 seconds.
Okay.
And it's just enough to liquefy it.
So half cup of natural peanut butter.
Yeah.
And then what else did we got there?
2 tablespoons of cocoa powder.
2 tablespoons of cocoa powder.
Unsweetened cocoa powder.
And they literally, they look like, they're really neat. They look like peanut butter cups when they come out.
Yeah.
Right? So that's 2?
Yes, 2 tablespoons.
2 tablespoons cocoa powder. Unsweetened, right? So no sugar. And then what else? We have a little hint of vanilla, right?
Yes, 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla.
Perfect. So 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla. So we'll do our best today to get a 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla.
And then sweetener, if you're gonna do the sweetener, it's about 2 tablespoons.
2
of
tablespoons.
that as well.
Perfect. And then mix.
And then mix, yeah.
Mix. Perfect. And we're going to be mixing it by hand today. I guess it's only the peanut butter you got to get moving, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So let's try it. So first of all, we have the half cup of coconut oil already in our.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. And I just go with the
Let's
camera.
see.
So this is a neat snack idea, especially if you're trying to kick into fat burning mode and keep your body use fat as energy versus carbohydrate, right? Which helps you lose fat in the long run. So we got some spoons here, and then we got the coconut oil was already prepped. What's that, Grace?
I need the cup, actually.
Oh, perfect. If you need any cups, there's more in the back there. Excuse me. So it's really neat. We got our ingredients, and I mean this is just no name cocoa powder, and then pure vanilla extract there. And then Grace is just mixing the peanut butter right now. Oh, it's actually really good thickness, good viscosity, so we can mix it. So we're matching a half cup of coconut oil to a half cup of natural peanut butter. We did the sea salt peanut butter just to mix it up a little bit and add some extra flavor. So we'll see how it tastes. So those are the ones you made me, the sea salt peanut butter?
I can't remember. That was like a while ago.
Yeah,
It could have been this. It could have been a different one. But it's always natural. Like just the ingredients should only be peanuts and maybe salt, and that's it.
That's another thing. We were just talking about this yesterday. Is that peanut butter, right? When you look at it, if you read the peanut butter list, you got peanuts is the first ingredient, and then the second ingredient is typically icing sugar, right? If you read some of the labels, the second ingredient is icing sugar. Right? So that's one thing you'd want to avoid. So we got it all mixed up there. Looks like we're going to start mixing now. Just use the hand beater. Perfect. Is that basically how it should look?
Yep.
Okay.
And then I usually do the cocoa powder.
I got the camera just tilted down on you there and then on the ingredient list. Is that one?
That's one.
Perfect. So we're mixing it in there. And what would be? I noticed one of the really neat things is just to eliminate some snacking right in between meals. So one of the neat things is you can pair these with meals or as dessert, and then do your best to stay in a fasted state between meals. So you're not constantly stimulating your body to produce insulin if you keep snacking, right? So you want to fast for whatever it may be, if you're eating breakfast and then again lunch and basically your meals, right? Instead of having snacks in between your meals. So Grace is just mixing it up there. And literally it is, and let's pull the camera back here. So it's starting to look like chocolate, and I mean really chocolate from peanut butter cups, right? Mm-hmm. And so next we're going to need...
okay, so we're doing the sweetener?
If you want to do a little sweetener in there, sure. So we're going to try stevia. Do you want to try stevia? Let's try.
Sure.
Let's try, yeah. So we'll try stevia just to see how it tastes.
I usually use xylitol, but that's what we have right now. So I know the xylitol is okay, but I feel like I don't really need it. So you can go either way with it. I've never tried it with stevia yet, so we'll see how this goes.
So we'll definitely have to put them in the freezer and let you guys know next week how they taste.
Okay, so there's your vanilla.
Perfect.
So a quarter teaspoon.
Beautiful. So what do we use? A whole teaspoon? Half teaspoon?
Use a half.
All right, so we got about double the amount of vanilla. But yeah, typically you use about a quarter teaspoon in this. So that is basically your mix. All right, so you see how it's all liquid-like? And I guess the easiest way to do that is, me and Grace were talking about this yesterday, and getting the natural peanut butter, because when it goes in the fridge, it gets really hard, right? So I think the easiest way is just to leave it out. I used the fresh can of peanut butter, so it hadn't been opened yet. And basically it was still liquid. I just shook it up to get the oils all mixed. And then that was our first half cup out of there.
I pre-mixed it a little bit too before we started.
Okay.
I want to just so it's not as clumpy, because you know what it's like when you first open these.
Always, yeah.
The natural peanut butter is like separated,
Absolutely.
right?
So let's see what happens now. We got our snack here.
So basically, I have about 16 little cups. I find like that's usually gives me a good amount in each cup. Like they're like that big.
Okay. Don't worry about spilling. I know we got the interesting ladle today. But you can use a little smaller of a ladle just to get it in there. And are we going to be able to do all 16 of this?
I think so. Well,
Yeah.
Usually that's what I do, but maybe I might be filling them too high actually. We'll have
And
to
do you
see.
find do they shrink at all when you put them in the freezer?
No. They just freeze like the same size. Oops, that was a lot of that.
So they actually come out really, really good. And if you're looking for an easy snack, this is something that you can try. And again, it keeps you in fat burning mode, right? So you're not constantly using your carbohydrates for energy, but you want to actually be burning fat to lose fat. That's pretty good. So we're enough for 12?
Yeah.
13?
I think I filled those first
Yeah,
ones
that's
a little
okay.
too much.
So basically after this, you have homemade peanut butter cups, right? And basically what you can do is, right at this point, you go stick them in the freezer, right, for a couple hours?
Yeah.
Now, how fast would you need? Like, do you need a couple hours typically let them sit if you're preparing this on a timeline?
I usually do like an hour. I haven't really checked on them before that. Like I do like 1 to 2 hours.
Okay.
I've never even bothered like looking at them before then, because I just know they're not going to be.
Of
But I mean, I'm
course.
sure that they would harden to a good degree for after an hour.
Yeah.
But I like to leave them for a couple
Neat.
hours.
So this, the only ingredients we use today are super simple to make, and they're easy treats to snack on, and they're not going to stimulate you to store fat like carbohydrate would, right? So that's the whole point of it, and they taste good too.
Mm-hmm.
At least the ones I had that you made before
Yeah.
tasted good. So if you look at our ingredient list here, I'll show you guys again. I'm just going to flip the camera around. So we got, when we make fat bombs, and is it any particular name? Peanut butter cup fat bombs, basically?
Yeah, I call them just fat bombs.
All right, perfect.
Peanut butter fat bombs, yeah.
So you have 1 cup of coconut oil, 1/2 cup of natural peanut butter, 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder unsweetened, and then 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla. And if you like, you can use a little bit of sweetener. We've used stevia today. Otherwise, mix it all together. I think the only thing for our viewers to note is make sure you get coconut oil that is, or put it in the microwave for a few seconds to get it liquid.
And also
Otherwise,
make sure it's cold pressed.
cold pressed. All right.
And it could preferably.
That's usually the brand you're using.
Well, the PC one is the one I usually use.
Perfect.
Or
So
the
we've just
Nutiva
used.
or whatever it's called. One of those.
Excuse me. Say that again, sorry.
Nutiva is the one I think I
I've
had
seen that one
last.
before, yeah.
And then, but PC also makes one, and then there's this one, this Kirkland one. They're all like, as long
So
as
this
it's
is
cold
just
pressed.
the Costco version, the Kirkland one. Perfect. So that's really neat. I think for any of our viewers out there, that would definitely bring some value in terms of meal ideas, because we always talk about the how, or basically in the why in the office, but we've never showed people the hands-on approach and the demo. So I think that's something really neat. Check it out, and like I said, if you want to help someone out, please share it and show them how it can be simple to make snacks and desserts that actually help you lose fat versus store fat. So I think that was a great little demo. I'm looking forward to tasting these ones, especially now we've tried a stevia in there. And then if there's anything else you guys would like to ask questions on in the future, please drop us a line either on the Facebook or on the social media. And then we'll talk to you guys soon. So have a great rest of your week. I'm sure we'll see you on the Facebook Live before then. But this is another episode of Health Straight Talk. And we got to thank Grace, so thank you very much.
Thank you. You're welcome.
For being a part of today. I appreciate it a lot. And we'll see you guys soon. Bye for now.